Hello and welcome to the live stream that we are doing for SR News today. As you can see, we are on the Roker Pier and with one of the most historic landmarks in Sunderland, the Lighthouse. I am here today with Steve Breeze. He is one of the volunteers that do the Roker Pier and Lighthouse tours, and also it has been named one of the top 10 most historic landmarks from the Guardian. Is that right?
It's one of the world's top 10 piers voted by the Guardian.
Great.
It's because its uniqueness.
Yes, of course. And can you tell me, how did you get involved and why did you want to get involved in this?
Well, I've had sort of a lifelong passion for local history, and I used to work at Nissan. I retired from there relatively young, and I used to come down here all the time, and I sort of saw what was happening with the Pier and Lighthouse evolving, and I just got involved from there by talking to the volunteers, and I sort of came down one day to talk to the volunteers, and by the Monday I was a tour guide. So it came from there. I love it. It's nice to partake and pass on knowledge about this, like we say, it's a very iconic landmark. It's dear to a lot of Sunderland people. So
that's absolutely great. So today we're going to take a walk along the Roker Pier.
Along
Steve.
the pier, along the lovely prom.
Yes, and you're going to tell us all about the history of it. And what I'm aware of is that there is a tunnel underneath this lighthouse and underneath the beach, which unfortunately we couldn't go in today due to the weather and due to maintenance going on over the lighthouse on the pier. So start from the beginning. I know there's renovations that started on the lighthouse. And what renovations sort of happened?
Well, the lighthouse was built 1885 to 1903. It's actually constructed, so it's been here a long time. And you mentioned the tunnel.
Yes, I did.
The tunnel was originally done, it was to feed the giant crane that built it. It was called a Goliath crane. It was the largest in the world at the time, and it held the services for that. So that's why we've got a tunnel.
Yeah.
And it passes right along the pier, along to the lighthouse. It's ended up as an access tunnel for rescues and for the lighthouse keepers when we had them, because it's fully automated now. There's no keepers there. But, and it's great. It was pretty industrial down here at one time, whereas now it's becoming more leisure, and it's nice down here. So
good. When did the renovation start?
Oh, sorry. The lighthouse was closed down, and it was fully automated, and it was just left to go to ruin. And then it was decided by the council, and the Lottery Heritage Fund invested in it, and in 2012 they renovated it back to its former glory. The beauty is, when you see the lighthouse, it was a sort of showpiece. It was a bit of a show-off place. Most lighthouses are white inside with a spiral staircase, very utilitarian, whereas this isn't. It's right over the top. It's panelled with Brazilian mahogany, and it's got terrazzo tile floors, and it's really flashy inside. It's a bit of a show-off. We had a history with Newcastle, our friends up the road. They had blocked us having a pier early in the 1700s, and they built one which collapsed. So when they built this one, it was a bit of like, oh, look what we've got. Yeah. So there's a little bit showy-off. It was never a Trinity House lighthouse. It was always a private lighthouse. Yeah. So it's a bit different inside. It's pretty interesting. But 2012 they started. 2016 tours were supposed to start, but we were hit by the beast of the East storm, and it ripped fences off, and that killed that one off. So they repaired the fences, and in 2017 we were hit with another storm, which ripped some more fence off, which you had to get, and we eventually started in 2018. So we're still relatively new to this. And what happened with the pandemic? It's closed us down again. So we just seem to be getting hit a lot.
Yeah. But you seem to always overcome it though.
Smiling.
Exactly.
A little bit. Yeah.
You yourself enjoy being a volunteer, of course.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And you'll find all our volunteers are the same. They're all very passionate about it, especially the guides. Yeah. If you catch any of the guides down here, you'll recognise us. We've got these things on bright red. We stand out like a sore thumb. The interest of people down here is phenomenal. Yeah. We can finish the tour and we'll still be here for now, but people ask us questions about it, so
that's great.
It's good.
And let's talk about the people who come to the tour. Who has travelled the furthest for the tour? What type of people have you had come?
People from everywhere. When I signed up for this, I thought we were going to get the Lighthouse geeks,
the
people who recognise us and grew up in the area. But everybody, It's ridiculous. We get school kids. We bring groups of school kids down who love it. They love going in the tunnel. The lights goes total darkness. But we've had people from Japan on my tours, from America, everywhere. The guy who built it was a Sunderland guy, and one of his ancestors, I'm not too sure what she is now, but she came over from South Africa, Carmen, and she was involved when they reopened the Lighthouse. There's a plaque for her inside it. And we get people from everywhere. It's really surprising the sort of the people we get here. It's everybody from kids to granddads. Families come down and we get told stories about it, so it's brilliant. You know, we learn a lot like that.
You probably were surprised in the job to receive so many different types of people.
It's unbelievable. It is, and I think the diversity of it is something that appeals to all our volunteers. We all have to talk to people, and it's great to listen to the stories because they appear to come and listen to us. And when we're finished, they'll say, "Oh, I remember being rescued off the pier in the storms when I was fishing. And your dad used to swing me down the fence to get on." It's good. So we get a lot of stuff both ways.
Well known everywhere.
Honestly, it's so iconic in Sunderland. It's everywhere. Everybody recognises it.
So we're going to move on to COVID. Now, obviously, you were hit by the pandemic, weren't you? And it must have been tough when it just suddenly happened. The lockdowns happened, and we've had 3 of them. How has COVID affected your tours? How has it affected the volunteers?
What tours to speak? When COVID was introduced, because it's a pretty enclosed area down there, we just shut down. We've got nothing, we can't go on, we can't even do our maintenance because of groups of people going in there. It's effectively stopped us. We've done nothing since the first lockdown till now. We're still waiting to open now. We're lucky in a way. We were pretty successful before, and we've been able to sort of keep ticking over. But we've lost all our income and everything, so basically it's really hitting us hard. The volunteers, it's even hard with the volunteers because it's to keep them interested. When they're coming down here and doing the tours, it's great and they have no motivation, but now when we're not doing anything, we've got to try and keep them involved with newsletters, bringing them down, doing training. And even like I've been involved since it started. I'm feeling a bit rusty now, so if I make any mistakes, you've got to be kind to me.
Of course, understandable. What about if it's voluntary? You're not getting paid to do this, obviously.
No.
Where does the funding come from? How do you get the money, and where does it go?
We're self-funding at the minute. All the money we make from the tours goes back into the Pier and Lighthouse. Everything we make goes back to us. We have people coming down, people have issues with it. It's not going to the council, it's not going to this one, it's not going to National Trust. No, it all goes. We're a group called Roker Heritage Group, and we have the stewardship for the tours, and everything we get goes back into it to improve the tours, to make our guides look nice and our stuff. We've recently got a base down in Adventure Sunderland here. It goes for the rent of that, and it's all about improving and getting a better experience for everyone. So that's where the money goes. I'm not building the south of France or a Mercedes on the top. It all goes back into this.
It's good that you put in your own time in this. You know,
we put a phenomenal amount of time in.
It's inspiring. It just is inspiring because the fact that you take the time out of like your own time and do all these tours, talk about the history. It shows that you're passionate. It shows that you're
the place motivated. Does get under your skin. It's ridiculous. You'll find people coming down and say, "Well, I want to be a tour guide. I want to do one tour a week." I say, okay. Then they say, "Can we do this one? Can we do that one?" It does. It gets under your skin. You come down here to do a tour for an hour and you're here for like 6 hours a day. It becomes all encompassing. And you get to know a lot of people down here. People recognising you. I know someone who's here, by the way. You'll hear her laughing at me. But you get to know people, plus the fact you stand out with this red stuff on, so you're recognised. And it's good because we're getting like a community down here now. Everybody recognises each other. It's a good community, and it's a lovely feeling down here. This is one of the favourite beaches anyway. I love it down here.
Would you say the tunnel that runs underneath the Lighthouse is that probably the most popular place that people go to on the tour?
But we get our share of people who want to do it, and you get people who are interested in how it's built, when it was built, the social history about it all. But a lot of people come, we're very aware, to walk through the tunnel and go to the top of the Lighthouse. And it's a unique experience. That's why we've voted one of the top piers. many of the piers you can walk through the middle of and see how it's built. It's really interesting. Sure, we can't get into it because we can't access anything when the weather's like this or through COVID because we've got to have 2 access points. But if we can't get out of that, the pier can't go.
Is that the main entrance for it?
That's how we probably designed the pub. Even that's stupid you think about it. Yeah. People being claustrophobic. Well, I'm almost 6 foot.
Yeah.
And with a book on that, it's about 2 abreast. After, if you see in, you can see we know what we're doing. That's the actual tunnel. That's how the tunnel is.
Ah, right, yes,
So you can see how big it is. But it's actually designed to allow an airflow through, so it's not musty or smelly. It's quite clean considering it's a Victorian tunnel out at the North Sea. So yeah, the tunnel goes the full length of the pier. Like I said, it was originally built to service the crane. There was a massive crane called Lighthouse that worked in, and that's how they built it. They lifted the blocks in. The blocks were built down here. If you're from Sunderland, you'll probably know this area is the block yard. So the blocks were built here, transported across to Goliath the crane. The guy who built it was from Sunderland. He was called Henry Haywake. We've actually got a blue plaque waiting to be unveiled, which we're held up again with to commemorate that. He was a brilliant engineer. He designed and built this pier. His son built the South Pier, Mervyn Haywake. He also built the ships that they needed to create the foundations. The ones created, he's created the ships that made to drop the concrete bags to put the foundations on. And the mill, he did everything for the block yard to the crane, drop them in, do it. It was ridiculous. It took 18 years to build a pier. From 1885 to 1903. There was 1 person killed, which is absolutely amazing for the time. And it was typical that apparently the boss told him not to go over the end and touch this thing, and he did, and he died with that. Henry was a Sunderland lad. He lived at Thornhill Gardens up in Sunderland. He was very proud of his family. There's actually in the tunnel there's plaques for 4 of his children. The initials are carved in the wall. There's plaques on the tours. We tell you about that. One of his children died before it was completed, and there was no plaque for her. So there's a small brass plaque on the top there. You can just see. That's for Verna, his daughter. We put that in because we think she should be with all the family.
Yeah.
There's 2 engravings on the wall over there for his sons, and actually, if you follow this wall down to the end, there's initials carved in there, and that's for his other son. There's one for his wife, but his wife on the outside of the pier. So I don't know whether that counts anything, but those are out the way. But there's loads that we tell all about the history, how it was built, why it was built. I mean, I'm going to tell you everything now. What do you want? But yeah.
So currently, are you recruiting piers? And
Constantly.
If so, how, if people watching this live stream do want to be
Come
volunteer, not interested, how can they do that?
You can get in touch with us on our website, which is www.rokerbay.co.uk. It's on there. We want volunteers for anything. It doesn't matter whether you want to sweep the floors, wash the windows, which we'll do within 6 minutes, or be a tour guide, or mint, anything, even behind the scenes. We've got an e-shop, we've got things like that, we've got people doing finances, anything at all. It's greatly appreciated. And if you do, you'll probably end up talking to me because it's another one of my hats that we've got a thing in the window constantly that says stay calm and volunteer with Roker Beach. So yeah, more the better.
So that was the interview with Steve Breeze, and he has told us all about the volunteers, how they do the tours. And final question, when do you think the tours will be available again with the government?
That's the $64,000 question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully when we live totally in July, we'll be able to do something.
Yeah.
This year we'll be more or less bracing ourselves to it's going to be a training year. It's a year to improve, to consolidate, get things running right for a fresh start next year. So hopefully, I would say July. Check our website. Everything's got to be booked. The tours have all got to be booked through the website. So there'll be something on there or our social media pages. So you'll find on that.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
No
coming
problem.
down today and having this interview.